Good morning, Facebook Live and KSL News Radio. This is Peter Seymour here in West Valley City. We're at a Maverick at 3100 South Gridwood Road. I'm standing here with, I'm going to say it, two heroes. These gentlemen here, this is Tony Orton, this is Phil Reyes. Last night, there was a suspect that rushed into the store and just started attacking the clerk. I'm going to let you guys tell me exactly what happened. Who wants to start?
I'll let Tony start.
You want Tony to start?
Yeah, I'll start because most of it was him. So we pull in about 2:15 this morning, and I heard a noise coming from that direction, somebody yelling, and then I look over and somebody's running out into the middle of the road. Luckily, there was no traffic, but had there been, he might have got hit by a car. And then that died down. Then I hear somebody come yelling from that direction and running out into the middle of the road. I go back to pulling the order so I could deliver the beer here, and all of a sudden I hear somebody pull up and ask if they'd seen a dark brown guy running around. I said, no, sorry. And then after he left, I walked around to the side of the truck where he was on and said, hey, stay close. There's some weird things going on right now. And then that's pretty much where everything falls on him.
So what happened next, Phil?
I was just delivering beer going in and out of the store, and the clerk had told me prior to him coming in, to watch out for this guy because he was out here in their parking lot just cussing and telling people to call 911. So I'm walking out, he's walking in, looks at me, tells me to call 911, and, I go out, just thinking nothing of it, and next thing I know, I look back because I hear crashes and loud noises, her screaming. I look back, and he's got his arms around her, and at first I thought he was just, just choke holding her, just trying to do something to get money, but it turned out, he had a knife, and he had stabbed her twice as I was walking in the door. I go in there and I start talking to her, and she's like, can you call 911? So that's what he wanted in the beginning, was somebody to call 911. So I grabbed the phone, dialed 911. It's the dial tone. I'm waiting for someone to pick up, and the two customers in there, one of them left, the other one called 911 and walked out of the building. Tony was calling 911 out there, and he's just sitting there attacking her, and I'm telling him, to leave her alone, get off of her, because, she has nothing to do with whatever his issues are, So I go in there, around the counter, grab the phone, I'm talking to him, telling him, to let her go, but he won't. It escalates. They end up moving back to their manager's room, and I call to him, tell him to come in because everybody was out of the building except for me, her, and him, and that's going on with them. So we're in the room. He's behind me. I reach in and grab the girl by her left arm, pull her. She shoves him, and she was able to wiggle out and escape. So he finished pulling her out. We pulled her out. I shut the door and held the door tight. He escorted her out of the building, and I just held the door till the police showed up and took care of the situation from there. So,
but he was stabbing her.
He was stabbing her, and he stabbed her, stopped, talked, and just threatened her, threatened me, threatened himself, So it was just a lot of back and forth.
So how many times do you think she was cut?
The cop said 7 times.
7 times.
When I was with her after she was able to get out of the building, she had me look at her shoulder, and she had a gash in her shoulder. She had a few on her side, her leg, her chin, and the cop said on her neck as well. So she was, intense. Like I said, it could be anybody. It could be your sister, your mom. You just got to do the right thing, and
and that's the message you have.
As a human being, you got to take care of people.
Mm-hmm.
Just step up, right?
Yeah, step up, and you see something wrong going on, like he said earlier. You see something wrong going on, step up and do something about it. I would hope that if one of my loved ones was in that situation, there'd be people there to help them.
Exactly.
What's the adrenaline rush been like for you?
It's just
it lasted all day.
It's lasted all day. It's just been crazy. My stomach was in a knot.
Both of them.
Because I've never had somebody tell me they were gonna kill somebody. You see that stuff in the movies, but when somebody's sitting there actually hurting somebody and threatening to slit their throat, like, what do? The closer you get to them, the more they attack. It's so many emotions going on in your head. You think of all the loved ones you had and have, and you don't want to do anything that's going to harm you, but at the same time, you don't want that person to keep getting harmed or go through any more pain. And it's so many mixed emotions. But I'm just glad we were here, to help her, and You know?
And so you yanked this guy off of her, and then
I pulled her, she shoved him, and then he just fell down, and then we got her out of the room, shut the door, and held it closed till the cops showed up. I held the door until the police showed up, and they took over from there.
And how many police responded?
There was about 15 cop cars.
17 cop cars I counted.
Yeah, K9 unit, but I mean, this guy was aggressive. He was violent. You know,
he was on something bad.
He was
really bad.
Strung out on some kind of crack or something.
Never seen anybody that bad before.
Well, I know the toxicology reports are just being formulated, so maybe we'll know in a few more weeks. But it's going to take some time.
Yeah, it's insane.
But you guys risked your life, and I guess you would do it again.
Yeah,
sure,
of course, any day. I mean, my girlfriend used to work at Maverick, and I have, her siblings work at Maverick, and I just thought process, what if that was them? What if it was, somebody else that I care about? So
Well, Tony and Phil, thank you so much for being available and talking, and thank you for rescuing that woman's life. You guys are awesome.
Hope she gets
the only reason why we came back was actually to make sure that she was okay. So.
And did you find out she's okay?
Yeah,
she's
yep.
Hospital, I'm sure.
They let us know that everything was good. So.
Okay. Well, some good news out of a terrible situation. That's the story here from the Maverick at 31st South and Redwood Road about a woman who was stabbed, but these two gentlemen jumped right in, pulled her away from her attacker, and then they themselves got her to safety. The police showed up, took 15 squad cars, but they got this guy. His name is Edwin Ogando. He's 33 years old. He's under arrest, and police are still investigating right now. That's the latest we have for you here at the Maverick in West Valley City at 31st South and Redwood Road. More updates throughout the day on KSL News Radio and KSL.com and our KSL Facebook page. Peter Seymour, KSL News Radio.